All aboard. We're back again looking at the OG game of Devil's Towers Endpoint so that we can compare this, which we've already kind of shown you, but I'm going to slowly move around the map and let you see the various changes that occurred. Putting it back to the correct direction. And the one big spot of chaos one of two big spots of chaos that still existed all the way down. Two spots. Three spots of chaos. A little bit of chaos, but not much. How did the Fixit game compare to this? Well, that's a good question. Maybe we should take and go find out. Again, this is for the style points, which you guys get a vote on. The fifth criteria. Who did it with more panache and who did it better? So this is what he was up against to try to make it look better than. Did Fixit beat Max Chaos? Let's take a peek. In his own way, it was a cleaner setup. Far cleaner in that there's fewer outs, but monorail does require single line ins to the station. Can't really go through as much switching. It can if you want to. Differences were manyfold here. Far cleaner setup down here at the steel mill, the original steel mill, the Brenton Steel. Still a bit chaotic here, but not as chaotic. Again, still one of the worst spots, but cleaned up because it's feeder lined in with only one spur line in. Is the oil refinery, the original Brent oil, Dino oil. The airport at Rendon, totally different design, but still at Rendon. The other airport, totally different location at the cross map spot instead of at Central at Malfield, which might have contributed to his finances being slightly better. Looking at those finances, again, we're going to compare to the finances. Op profit, 2.8 versus goal 5.196. Yep. A loser. But by better than half. 135.899 versus 124.3. He actually had more money available. Assets, much greater, 2.188 versus 1.5. And net value, 138.088 versus 0.84. You can see why I said 3 out of the 4 criteria were a win, and then the style points, the chaos, is where you got to make your decision. And this is what the lines looked like. In the end, did he achieve, with Fixit's plan, a better, cleaner flow? shorter video. But we're going to do the zoom ins. Did this improve the flow and the look at Pollingfield? What replaced the massive series of knots became a single knot because of how production came in at the oil field. The fact that the furniture factory had already spawned and we had to deal with that meant that everybody had different ways of dealing with it. Was this a better way to do it as a siding station? Did the flow around the town inhibit the growth in the cities? What did we wind up with cities? 13.8, nearly the same. Slightly down, but we had 4 or 5 cities over 8,000. No 7,000s, hardly at all. 2 7,000s that were good. One of our 6.7s was actually higher. Only city below 1,000, Oldmouth, out in the middle of nowhere. 300. But the question comes to style. Did Fixit do a better job at fixing things, despite some issues at some points, than Max Chaos did at messing it up? There's points there, but this is the one for you guys to decide. I really can't make this call. This is one where somebody else should take and judge. Far different grid system. Many industries not yet served that could have possibly gotten him the win. The tourism never developed, and Oldmouth never connected into. Set decision. It was too small. A far different game. Played a 21 SNS in this game on the Fixit than the OG, and definitely than Max's Chaos. The Chaos over here, streamlined. But was it streamlined enough? Do you feel that he loses points for keeping the rail line separate even though it's high speed? For not finishing the main line all the way across to tie into the coal? That's up to you, the viewers. I'm Cali Jack, and this is the wrap episode. It would have been 106 for the game that was played. We know because he went bankrupt, Max Chaos lost out on the 4 big ones. All 4 of them. We know that Fixit failed on one of the 4 financial fronts. So the question becomes, the main goal being, did it work? But who did a better job at creating chaos or cleaning the lines? That's one for you guys to decide. And I'm going to leave it to you. The poll will go up on Sunday after I get done tabulating the votes and announcing the votes on which game will replace these 2 games. Again, feel free to vote on that poll. It is an open poll. Anybody can go. It's in the posts sections on the landing page here at DieFit Rex. Feel free to go to it. Cast a vote. Would you like to see another Pack 64 game replace it? Pack 128, one of the other packs, Britain, Germany, or Japan. Would you like to see the 192 game? Would you like to see SimCity? Watch me finish out Factorio. I know some folks may try to say Path of Exile. The reason I abandoned that is recording Path of Exile games, I found out, was running my computer close to the point where I reenact Chernobyl on my desktop. Nothing personal. I don't have the money to do that. And that's not even counting the paperwork that comes from that. And yes, if a fire extinguisher is employed and you're a renter, guess what? There's paperwork and an increase in your rent, your renter's insurance. There is still some chaos within him. Or is it just the way it had to be done to flow? Your decision. Your call, guys. I'm Callie Jack. This has been episode 106, the wrap-up episode for the Devil's Towers Fixit 1969 game. Comparing it to the OG. Did he succeed? You get to establish votes by points. 1 for style, 1 point for other. We will do style first and then 1 point for who did the better job at the goal. No, we'll do it just flat out. Who did a better job? Fixing it, cleaning up the flow, or making that chaos he promised? Enjoy. I don't foresee, until I've had a few games in the bag for everybody to watch, having a game that we do this on. Because I imagine in the future you'd like to see it done to a game that you watched play out and maybe had influence over. Maybe down the road somebody's going to say, I want you to go back to this point on the expanding worlds. Within those rules, add in the max chaos and Fixit rules. One or the other, though. I'm not going to do them in competition again, I don't think. But then again, who knows? I mean, it's not like I'm doing this for money, so I can't say wave money under my nose. However, if you show up in person and wave a cup of coffee under my nose, I might pay attention. You know who you are. Have a better day than I am having, though having wrapped up these 2 sessions, feeling the pressure come off on getting to those endpoints. I'm feeling a little bit better, though the knee still is not. Guys, vote. Let me know which game we're playing next. And if you don't see something there and you think maybe I've got it, and I might, have some more games, but don't count on a lot of the popular games. I don't really have them. If they're high graphics usage, recording and doing the game at the same time, Chernobyl syndrome. I'm unemployed, guys. I don't need to go totally broke. Have a better day than I'm having.